හයි යාළුවනේ කොහොමද ඔයාලට මේ අපේ බෙරරා ට්‍රිප් එකේ ගෝල්මයින් විලේජ් එකේ පාර්ට් 2 එක මං හිතනවා ඔයගොල්ලෝ පාර්ට් 1 බලන්න ඇති කියලා ගෝල්මයින් විලේජ් එක ඇතුළ ඒකේ තව ටිකක් මේ වීඩියෝ එකේ අන්තිමටත් තියෙනවා මේ පාර්ට් 2 එකේ මේකේ තියෙන්නේ ගෝල්මයින් බලන්න පතල ඇතුළට යන වීඩියෝ එක අපිට ටයිම් එක තිබුණේ 1:30 අපි ටයිම් එක ලං වෙලා එතනට ආවා එහෙනම් අපිත් එක්ක එතනට ගිහිල්ලා බලමු වැඩි විස්තර මොනවද කියලා. ඔයගොල්ලෝ මේක බලන්න යනවා නම් කලින් ඔන්ලයින් ටිකට් බුක් කරලා යන්න. ඒක ගොඩක් පහසු වෙනවා. එතනට ගියාට පස්සේ අපිට මේක ඇතුළට යද්දී අපේ සේෆ්ටි එක ගැන ඇතුළේ විස්තර තව ඒ වගේ ටිකක් එළියේ ඉඳලා ඉන්ෆෝමේෂන් එකක් දෙනවා ඇතුළට එක්කන් යන්න කලින්. ඇතුලේ මයින් එක පහළට යද්දී කෑ ගහන්න එපා. ඒ වගේ ඉතින් විස්තර ටිකක් කියනවා. එන්න එහෙනම් යමු යාළුවනේ. ඇතුළට ගියාට පස්සේ මේ ඔයගලන්ට ඉස්සරහ පේනවා වගේ ඩක්කුවක් වගේ එකක් තියෙනවා. හැබැයි ඒක හරි සේෆ්ටි. මොකද ඇතුලෙන් හොඳට දැල් ගහලා මේක මේ උමග ගානටමයි තියෙන්නේ. කිසිම පරතරයක් නෑ. හරි ගානටම තියෙනවා. අපි ඔයගලන්ට මේ අත්දැකීම මේ විදිහටම දෙන්න ඕන නිසා ඉස්සරහම ෂීට් එකෙත් ඉඳගත්තා. මට මතක විදිහට මේකේ තව එකේ පහළට මීටර් 50ක් 60ක් වගේ යනවා. ඔන්න එහෙනම් යන්නයි හදන්නේ. අපි එහෙනම් ගිහිල්ලා බලමු කොහොමද කියලා. මෙතනින් ඉස්සරහා වීඩියෝ එක ටිකක් අඳුරු වෙයි. මොකද ඒ වීඩියෝ එක අපි ඒ විදිහටම ගත්ත නිසා. හරි යාළුවනේ එහෙනම් යමු. මේක ඇතුළට යද්දී අවුරුදු 5ට වඩා අඩු ළමයින් එක්කන් යන්න බෑ. ඒ වගේම ඇතුළෙද්දිම කියනවා ෆෝන් වල ෆ්ලෑෂ් එහෙම ඔන් කරන්න එපා කියලා. ඊට පස්සේ ඒ මීටර් 50 වගේ පහළට ඇවිල්ලා එතනින් බැහැලා යන්න තියෙනවා. ඇතුළට ගියාට පස්සේ පතල ඇතුලේ ගොඩක් දේවල් පෙන්නනවා. මේ වීඩියෝ එකේ මෙතනින් ඉස්සරහට ඒ ටික අපි බලමු එහෙනම්.
Alright, so just as I open the gate, we're going to be heading towards our right. Just make sure we stay along the wall again for another moment, please. Also, keep in mind that there is another step here, so make sure we are minding our step. So just coming in through here, minding your step. Alright, so once again everybody, welcome to the mines. Now before we go, I've just got a very important question to ask. How are we all feeling? Good? Excellent. Does anyone need to leave right now?
No.
Nope. Beautiful, that was your last chance as well, so you're stuck with me. So just before we do leave though, a few housekeeping things. First off, you'll notice up here the roof's a bit low, so if you're about my height or taller, just make sure you mind our heads. Secondly, you'll notice the floor is gravel, so make sure you mind our step. Thirdly, once we come out through here, we are going to be going through a big security gate, so just make sure we hold the door for the person behind us, and I'll remind you once we're there too. Lastly, just a reminder that mine doesn't allow flash photography, so make sure we're keeping all flashes and torches to a minimum. They do interfere with our cameras down here. Now with that, who here's ready to learn about the miners? Excellent, you've come to the right tour. So just coming forward this way, guys. Alright, so this area here, this is what we call the Normanby North Mine. Now this is a real mine, it's all 100% genuine. This mine operated from 1902 to 1911, so a little while ago now, and it was one of the poorer mines of Ballarat. We think when it was working it made about 800 kilos of gold, whereas the richer mines of Ballarat, such as the Consul mine, were making around 21,000 kilos of gold. Now before we went underground, do you remember I pointed out a poppet head? That great big tower? Yeah, so we're about 20 metres below that right now. Now, with the shaft at the very bottom, that's how the miners get in and out of the mine all the time. They use what's called a bell signal system or a knocker. We see over here we've got the shaft signals. Now these numbers here, they have a particular meaning. That meaning is you ring the bell a certain amount of times in order to perform a certain action. So for example, if the shaft is over here, we want to give it a great big hoist, we'll ring it 4 times, like so. To confirm that they've heard you. Now, there was a man working at the surface. He was what's known as an engine driver. He had a really important job. So his job was, if he hears the bell being rung 4 times, it's his job to ring it 4 times back. So communication was really important in the mines, and he was left alone for a good majority of his shift. If he rang the bell, say, 6 or 7 times by accident, that's a recipe for disaster, isn't it? Yeah. Now, the shaft itself looks pretty small, don't you think? Yes. Yeah, so it was originally designed for 1, maybe 2 miners. They could carry their gold and their quartz up there with them. However, though, the miners did often get pretty creative. You could actually fit about 5 men on there. Now, if you're really silly, you could go on top of the shaft. I don't recommend that at all, that's pretty dangerous. The reason being is because if you've got a big hole at the very top, you've got a big piece of rock or a big piece of wood that falls down or you get stuck, you're a goner. Because you've got nothing to protect you. So if you weren't instantly killed or seriously injured from that, you would have been very frowned upon indeed. But luckily though in this mine, that actually didn't happen too much. It was pretty rare. Now say the shaft wasn't working. How do we get in and out of the mine then? The ladder, exactly. Now with the ladders, they could often reach about 300 metres high. Yeah, now just for a comparison, the Eiffel Tower over in Paris is also about 300 metres high. So that's like going to work up and down every day, climbing the Eiffel Tower. It would often take the miners about an hour to an hour and a half just one way, so they could be pretty fit. Very good for your cardio though, might I add. Okay, so this right here, I take it it's why you've come to Sovereignville today, to see the gold.
No.
Yeah, now this is what we call a quartz reef or a quartz vein. So we've got the quartz, which is the rock, you've got the gold right in the middle. We can see it's on a 45-degree angle, and we've got these little lines at the very top. These are what we call indicators, so these help the miners find these reefs. Now with the gold in the middle, do we think this is real gold at all, anyone? So it is actually a little bit of real gold. We can't really steal anything though because security here it's quite good. However though, has anyone here been to the gold panning yet?
Nope. Yes.
Yeah? Did you find anything?
Nope.
No. Oh, maybe next time. So for those of you who haven't been to the gold panning, I very highly recommend it because you might actually find a bit of gold for yourself. Alright, so this right here, this is what we call the hammer and tap, or the gad. Now this was a 2-man job, so what one of the men would have done is, he would have lifted the hammer. want to see? Yeah, so just keep going towards your right, everyone, because I do want everyone to be able to see. There we go. Alright, so this right here, this is what we call the stope. Now this is recorded. However though, this is about 5 kilos worth of gold, which is what we think the miners here would have found. Now 1 gram of gold today, it's worth around 92 Australian dollars. So this right here, if this is real, we're looking at around $500,000. So it's a lot of money, and it would have set the miners up for life too. Now if we just have a quick look over here, we do see that the mine does extend a little bit. We don't really go up any more though, just because it's a bit dangerous. You might notice though that there are some extra bits of quartz in the ceiling. There's a reason why the miners left that there, and that was purely due to safety. So if any of the miners would have grabbed something from the ceiling, roof would have started caving in, wood would have started creaking. Timbers, what to do is to get one leg on one side, swing the leg over the other and sit, just like you're riding a horse or a bike or a unicorn. Secondly, make sure we are staying seated at all times, keep our arms and legs to ourselves. Now that's really important to remember, because if you don't, these beams are very low, they're very hard, they don't get any softer, and I don't want to have to pick up any heads afterwards. Thirdly, you'll notice on each carriage there's a big red button. Just make sure we're not pressing that button unless it's a medical emergency only. So for example, if you drop your hat or your phone, you don't press the button, just let one of us know afterwards. We'll come collect it for you afterwards at a very reasonable price, might I add. Yes. However though, if you are...
හායි යාළුවනේ මයින් එක ඇතුලේ ඒ විදිහට බලලා ඉවර වෙද්දි මෙන්න මේ වගේ කෝච්චියක් තියෙනවා. ඒකට කට්ටිය නැගලා අපි අර එන්ට්‍රන්ස් උනේ එතනට මේකෙන් අපිව එක්කගෙන යනවා. ඒකෙත් අමුතු ආතල් එකක් තිබුණා මාරු. කට්ටියත් එක්ක ඉතින් ඒකේ නැගලා ආයි අපි ආපු තැනටම ආවා. එහෙනම් අපිත් එක්ක ඉස්සරහට ගිහලා බලමු ඉතින් ඉස්සරහ කොහොමද කියලා.
Get moving. There are, I believe, some men doing some blasting up ahead. Alrighty. Now, so there may be some loud noises and some flashing lights. So if you hear them say "fire in the hole," that potentially block your ears. Now, I will try and get us past them as fast as we can. Our train goes a whopping 4 k's an hour. Alrighty. So please make sure you stay seated, everybody.
හයියාලනේ ඒ කෝච්චිය වගේ එකකින් ඇවිල්ලා අපි එන්ට්‍රස් වෙච්ච තැනින් අපි ඒ ආපු එකෙන්ම ආයි නැගලා ඉස්සරහට ආවා. එතනින් ඉස්සරහා විලේජ් එකේ ඉතර ටිකත් එක දැන් එකතු වෙමු. අපි මේ උඩට යන්නේ අපි මෙතන උඩට නැග්ගට පස්සේ මේ විලේජ් එක මාරම ලස්සනට පේනවා. සම්පූර්ණ විලේජ් එක ඇත්තටම හරිම ලස්සනයි view එක. ආගලන්ට පේනවනේ මොන වගේද කියලා. මේ සයිඩ් එකෙන් පේන පස් කණ්ඩිය පේනව නේද? ඒ තමයි අර පතලෙන් හාරන පස් ගෙනහල්ලා දාලා තියෙන්නේ මෙතනට. ඒ පස් ගොඩ ගහලා තමයි මේ වගේ හැදිලා තියෙන්නේ. තවත් එහෙනම් ඉස්සරහට ගිහිල්ලා බලමු විලේජ් එකේ ඉතුරු ටික කොහොමද කියලා. අර පතලෙන් හාරපු පස් ගරන්න මෙතන තමා මේ ඉස්සරහ පේන්නේ මැෂින් එක. එතනින් තමා ගරලා අර ගෝල්ඩ් එහෙම වෙන් තියනවා නම් වෙන් කරගන්නේ. ඉතින් යාලනේ අපිත් එක්ක ආපු කට්ටියම මෙතන පල්ලෙහා රත්තරන් ගරනවා. අපිත් හිතා ඉතින් මෙතනට ගිහිල්ලා රත්තරන් ගරලා බලන්න අපිටත් හම්බ වෙයිද කියලා. අපිටත් හම්බුණා චූටි දිලිසෙන කුඩුවක කෑලි. හැබැයි ඒ අත්දැකීමත් මාරු. එහෙනම් යාළුවනේ අපිව අහන් හිටියටයි බලන් හිටියටයි ඔයගලන්ට ගොඩාක් ස්තුතියි. මේ වගේ ලස්සන වීඩියෝ එකකින් ආයෙත් හමු. එතකන් ගිහිල්ලා එන්නම්. බයි.